Hi everybody, welcome to day 3 of Trails Taken. How's it going? Hopefully you're coming up with some interesting things you hadn't thought about before. So first of all, we're going to be moving on to our next page. So if you're like me and you have a fresh notebook, and you want to keep all the pages the same so that when you tear them off, it's even, right? It's a little nicer when it's all congruent, because you want to keep this stuff. There's a lot of information and things that you can utilize later. So this is what I do. Take the page, see where my fold is, and do a little snip. So take the scissors and just just a teeny little nick. And then when you turn the page, you'll know exactly where to put your line, and it's already started, right? That's where we're going to cut when we finish off here. So yeah, today is who you are. Still working on that. And nicknames or other. So any other names that you've been called over the years, maybe, even some that are not very nice. Maybe they bother you, or maybe that incident where that happens still bothers you. So let's go, shall we? All right, how'd you do? I got 15. I know I didn't say to count them, but I was quite surprised, actually. I think some of them I forgot about, and some of them I've, blocked, maybe. So I'll tell you mine. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about each of them. Rosebud is one of them, and that's on my trigger list. We're not going to talk about that one. Kiddo Fins, Tim Tam, Tam Tam. I thought Tim Tam was kind of fun because it's very balanced, right? Masculine and feminine. Tammers, Hammy, Miami, Montreal, Peaches, Pumpkin, Puddin', Trixie. Those are my nicknames that other people gave me. I know there's a couple more, but they're not coming to me just right now. And then my other names, and I'll share a little. One is Tana. So when I was in junior high school, I had been bullied for a few years, and I really just wanted to be somebody else. I just wanted to crawl under a rock and disappear and never be found again. So there was a girl at school. She had a twin. I don't know if they were twins, but two really nice, attractive, friendly, happy girls. So I liked their names. So I chose one of her names. One of it is Tana, T-A-N-A. So very close to my own name, but not. And I had it put on a silver ID bracelet that I was given for my Christmas gift, I think. No, I think maybe it was my birthday. I don't know. Either one. And it was a bit of a challenge having them consent to put the name that wasn't my own on there. And because it's a little weird, right? A little odd wanting to be somebody else. But my mother really just indulged me. She just kind of let me do whatever she thought was going to make me happy or help me figure out something. And this name is going on my trigger list also. I went to a place, and the person there, I believe, took advantage in the worst ways. So by the time I was leaving there, I was very groggy and got put on a bus, and on the way home, I noticed my bracelet was missing. So there's a lot of other things around this large trigger. I won't go into any more of the details here. Those could be saved for another day. But yeah, it's just one of those things, right? So when I hear that name, it always takes me right away. So I'm glad it's not a very popular name. But the trigger itself, I had to do some work if I wanted to be doing this kind of public, offerings and interacting with the public. If I had anything, skeletons in my closet, I had to be okay with them, because you know how it works. Not saying I'm going to become a celebrity or anything, but people find out things and people look for things sometimes too. So yeah, I worked on that one, and I still put it on my trigger list because I'd like to do a little more work around it, I think. Another other name is Anne. So I grew up sort of with a religious Christian background. I'd gone to a few different churches with friends of the family kind of thing, schoolmates and stuff. And then my family decided they were going to be Catholic, so I did all the stuff around that. And one of the things you have to do is choose a name of a saint. So I picked Saint Anne, and I didn't do my homework. I wasn't really invested in the whole Catholicism thing, but I wanted to be a good student and a good daughter, so I did the things. And lo and behold, I ended up with a mother-in-law by the name of Anne, even with an E. So things are weird how that works in life sometimes, right? We choose these things. And my sisters also, with their names that they chose, they ended up having connections later in life that really resonate with those names. And then of course my married name, which I don't carry any longer, still belongs to my children. That's part of their heritage too. But it's not mine, so I've dropped that name, and it doesn't have any triggers. It's, it's just part of who I was for a while. One of the masks that I wore. So I have 3 things on my trigger list out of 15 names. So that's reasonable, I think, gives me some stuff to work with. And yeah, I guess that's going to be it for today. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm going to work a little bit more, see if I can just, grab some other ones I might have forgotten about. And I guess I'll see you again tomorrow. Day 4. We're still on who you are, so we're working on those questions. Yeah, anyways, until then, be well.